Hi, I am the narrator of the band We Are Trendy, and I am going to tell you now Trendystrian Fairytales. We start today with the story of the dragon and the little boy. I hope it makes you dreamy and sleepy. So, let's begin. Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between Trendystrian hills, there lived a young prince named Bennett. His home was a magnificent palace of white marble and soaring golden spires. The kingdom was peaceful and breathtakingly beautiful, yet Bennett's world felt small and gray. He was profoundly lonely. The palace sat on a high cliff, isolated and far away from the bustling city below. More than the distance, an invisible wall separated Bennett from the world. The local children refused to play with him. Their parents had whispered warnings into their ears. The king was a stern ruler, and a single mistake around the prince could bring severe punishment. So, while Bennett watched from his high balcony, the city children laughed and played together in the distant town square, leaving the little prince with only his sighs for company. One crisp autumn morning, the king announced an expedition into the great ancient woods bordering the realm. Bennett was thrilled to accompany his father, eager to escape the suffocating silence of the palace. Deep in the wilderness, where the royal guards were busy setting up camp, a strange, rhythmic rustling caught Bennett's attention. Curious and bold, the boy slipped away from the guards. He followed the sound through thick briars and towering oaks, expecting a grand mystery, but found only a tiny, harmless green snake winding through the fallen leaves. Bennett chuckled softly, his tension melting away. However, as he turned to look for his path back, he realized he was utterly lost. He wandered for what felt like hours until the dense trees parted, revealing a roaring river that emptied into a series of dark, majestic limestone caves. There, curled up on a sun-warm rock near the water's edge, lay a creature Bennett had only ever read about in dusty library tomes. It was a little dragon. Its scales were the color of polished jade, shimmering brilliantly under the sunlight. Bennett gasped, his heart hammering against his ribs. He took a fearful step backward, snapping a dry twig. The little dragon's eyes popped open. They were vast pools of molten gold. Instead of breathing fire or roaring, the creature merely blinked, let out a soft yawn, and spoke in a voice as bright and clear as a chiming bell. "Hello there, little human. Why do you look so frightened?" Bennett froze, astonished. You can speak?" he stammered. "Of course I can," the dragon chirped, tilting its head. "I am Aiden, and you look like you need a friend." The dragon's sweet, gentle demeanor instantly washed away Bennett's terror. Aiden was not a monster. He was just a lonely child of the caves, much like Bennett was a lonely child of the palace. Within minutes, their hesitation vanished. They spent the entire afternoon playing beside the rushing river, splashing water, chasing butterflies, and playing hide and seek among the boulders. For the first time in his life, Bennett laughed until his stomach hurt. He didn't have to worry about royal protocols. He was just a boy, playing with his best friend. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of bruised purple, Bennett grew worried. "I must go back, but I don't know the way," he admitted sadly. "Climb onto my back," Aiden offered proudly, puffing out his small chest. "I know these woods by heart." Though Aiden was still too small to fly with a rider, he guided Bennett swiftly through the darkening forest, using his glowing tail to light the path. Back at the edge of the woods, the king, The queen and dozens of royal guards were frantically searching with torches. When Bennett stepped into the light, his worried parents wept with relief, throwing their arms around him. The guards drew their swords at the sight of Aiden, but Bennett jumped in front of his new friend. He quickly explained how the kind dragon had saved him. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the king stepped forward, bowed his head to the creature, and thanked him sincerely, decreeing that the dragon would always be a welcome guest in the kingdom. From that historic day onward, Bennett's life changed completely. Every weekend, he would sneak away to the forest or invite Aiden to the palace gardens. Together, they grew up. Bennett helped Aiden practice his dragon skills. In the vast open valleys, Bennett would set up target logs, cheering loudly as Aiden practiced spitting bright ribbons of fire, moving from small sparks to magnificent, controlled blazes. They spent hours working on Aiden's flying, with Bennett shouting encouragement as the dragon learned to catch the winds, turning clumsy tumbles into graceful aerial acrobatics. In return, Aiden gave Bennett the unconditional loyalty and joy he had always craved. Years swept past like leaves in the wind. The little boy grew into a tall, wise, and compassionate young man, ready to inherit the throne. Aiden, too, had transformed into a breathtaking adult dragon, his jade scales now hard as armor and his wings wide enough to cast shadows over entire villages. During his travels, the young prince met a princess from a neighboring land. She was breathtakingly beautiful, but more importantly, she possessed a soul that was both profoundly loving and incredibly kind. She did not care about the prince's status. She loved him for his gentle heart. Soon, the palace announced their royal marriage. When it came time to choose his groomsmen, Bennett did not choose a high-ranking lord or a decorated general. He chose Aiden. The townspeople and the royal court were deeply skeptical. Whispers filled the city. A dragon at the altar. They feared disaster. But Bennett stood firm, and his bride supported him with a warm smile. The wedding day arrived, blessed with cloudless skies. The ceremony was utterly beautiful. Aiden stood proudly beside the prince, behaving with utmost dignity, his massive tail curled neatly away from the delicate arrangements. The skepticism of the crowd melted into pure awe as they witnessed the deep, silent bond of respect between the man and the dragon. At the end of the ceremony, as the festive music echoed across the land, Bennett and his new princess walked out to the palace courtyard. With a joyful roar, Aiden knelt down. The prince and princess climbed safely onto his broad, strong back. With a magnificent sweep of his wings, Aiden launched into the air. The crowd cheered below, their old fears completely forgotten. The dragon carried the newlyweds high above the clouds, soaring effortlessly beneath a spectacular, burning sunset, and they all lived happily ever after. So, wasn't this a beautiful story? It shows us that the truest friendships ignore the boundaries of species, background, or appearance. Whether human or animal, an unusual friend can become the anchor of your life, proving that love and loyalty are universal languages spoken by the heart. Thank you for joining me tonight for the Fairy Tale Hour with the narrator of We Are Trendy. Also, We Are Trendy's magical new album is out now with 18 tracks. Oh, and look! Their cozy merch store has opened its gates too. Treat yourself to beautiful hoodies, pretty t-shirts, magical posters, and cute mugs. And if they haven't stopped, they are still singing, and making music nowadays to make our world a happier place. Have a beautiful, happy day.